Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. A 3-year-old girl in Indonesia receives an implant surgery and finally is able to see her and speak. Oranges can be beneficial to our health if eaten correctly, while people on medication should avoid it. A Tzu Chi volunteer in the U.S. accompanies her parents every day and performs the best example to be filial. A 3-year-old girl, Inda, has severe hearing impairment since she was born. Tzu Chi volunteers cooperated with an NGO group to enable the girl to receive medical treatments in Jakarta and allow her to finally getting back her hearings. The quietness in the remote village of Central Java, Indonesia, is the deepest sorrow of Riono family. Inda's parents are both devoted Buddhism believer, and they've been praying for the same things for years. That is for her to be able to hear.
What I'm afraid of the most is that if there are cars passing by on the street, she can barely hear it, and it's very dangerous.
2 a.m. in the morning, and their day has already started. Fearing to leave the child alone at home as she can't call out for help if anything happens, the couple always bring Inda along to sell vegetables in the market.
It's very complicated feelings for us being parents. We feel sad and we feel ashamed. However, she is our child, and we need to accept her no matter what.
Inda. Her mother screams her name loudly, but she still can't hear it. Born with severe hearing impairment, Inda is blocked in her own world, and most direct way to express her emotion is to get angry.
Sometimes we can't guess what she's trying to say, so she will get angry and throw things around. It's probably because she thinks we adults don't know what she wants.
Through the connection of a Dharma master from a local temple, Tzu Chi volunteers in another charity foundation visit them for the first time on last October. They soon arranged the family to fly to Jakarta for an implant surgery and have accommodated them in the Dai village for physical therapy for 4 months.
Inda has congenital hearing impairment and is not able to hear any sound under 90 decibels. This is severe hearing impairment, so we implanted the cochlear so she can get her hearing back.
In the beginning, she didn't know what sound is. We are teaching her slowly, and now, word by word, she can slowly learn to speak.
In the past, Inda can only hear high-volume sounds like the noise at the construction sites, but now she can even hear sounds of a whisper. Now the sadness of this family is gone and turned into joyful laughter. Happiness really can be heard. Tima goes to Taoyuan Xiangyu Education and Nursing Institution regularly to host a free clinic, but the hardest part is making students overcome their fear to see the dentist. Luckily, they came up with a new idea to solve this problem. Let's see. The uncontrollable fear is expressed by loud screaming in the clinic. The volunteer takes a blue soft blanket to wrap the student's body so he can feel more secure and calm. Tima doctor hosts a free clinic here regularly, but the dentist is like a scary monster in the cartoon for these students. Thankfully, volunteers are always around to help to calm their hearts. Outside the clinic, students are painting and playing games happily to relieve their pressure while waiting to see the doctor.
Everyone comes to help with the free clinic, and I feel very glad because of your love. I can dance, so I'm happy. If I'm afraid, someone will hold on to me. I feel very lucky.
The fear that is hard for the students to let go of is also a difficulty doctor must conquer. However, they not only work harder on it, but they regard it as a blessing.
I feel especially happy every time I come here because we are here to provide some services to the society and make the society better.
The 56 doctors and volunteers not only ease the students' sickness, but they've also brought significant warmth and love. Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital has celebrated its 18th anniversary. This year, the medical staff joined hands with the local health center to hold a checkup for local residents. In addition, the hospital also organized a marathon to celebrate the anniversary.
Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital is hosting a long-distance running event to celebrate its 18th anniversary. Some foreigners have come to join the event.
We found it in the internet. We were planning to travel in Taiwan, like not too warm, not too cold, perfect weather. Yeah, we are all ready to run.
689 runners enjoy the beautiful scenery of the green rice fields, mountains, and trees. 70-year-old Tzu Chi volunteer Cai Dui has joined the running event for the second time. Running has kept him healthy and energetic.
After running for so many years, during the past 10 or 20 years, I've never caught a cold. My immunity has improved a lot.
The volunteers provide water and cheer for the runners. They're best supporters for the runners.
All the people who finish running are winners.
The long-distance running event is also a great way to promote exercise and good health, which makes the hospital anniversary more meaningful. Besides the long-distance running event, the hospital also holds a health checkup to safeguard the health of the residents.
To improve the quality of our service for the residents, we join hands with Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital to hold events at our health center. People can trust us.
Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital has been safeguarding the health of the people in the small town for 18 years. They share their joy through holding the health checkup. Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital continues to help people in need. Since the patient could not sell his fruit while hospitalized, the medical staff bought his fruit to be distributed at the running event.
How will he make an income after being hospitalized? Therefore, we pick the bad fruits to be used as fertilizers, and our staff and volunteers boast the good ones.
The hospital anniversary celebration enables the medical staff to interact with the local residents. It also reminds the staff of their initial aspiration to safeguard people's lives and health.
Do you like to eat oranges? Many people will eat roasted oranges to relieve their coughs, but TCM doctors suggest that it is not suitable for everyone and you should roast oranges with their peels on. This way you can consume pectin, which can fight inflammation. Meanwhile, people who are on medications to lower blood pressure and blood lipids should avoid eating oranges as they may affect the effect of the medicine.
In fact, oranges contain dietary fiber that aids our bowel movement and lowers our cholesterol. In addition, it contains potassium ions and can adjust our blood pressure. It also contains flavonoids and can help us fight inflammation and avoid cardiovascular diseases.
We suggest people eat about 2 to 3 oranges a day. If their body composition is cold or if they have poor digestion, we cut that down to 1 and even half an orange. People with poor digestion should not eat oranges with an empty stomach. They should not eat oranges with cold food such as radish or milk. They should not be consumed along with oranges because their protein might combine with the vitamin C in oranges and cause poor digestion. Some people cure coughing with eating roasted oranges. It is suitable to cure hot coughs. What is a hot cough? When your throat is dry and phlegm is sticky and you get thirsty easily. If the hot cough is more serious, as some people cough till their throat hurts, then eating oranges might irritate the throat. It's because oranges contain citric acid, which can cause more coughing.
We suggest people roast the oranges with the peels on them. Since orange peel contains pectin, if we roast oranges with peels on them, we can eat the pectin. This way, it can be an antioxidant that improves our immunity.
然后增强免疫力的一个作用。
For convenience purposes, we usually take medicines to lower our blood pressure and blood lipids once or twice a day, so the concentration of the medicine in the body is quite stable. If we eat oranges, it could affect the concentration of the medicine. Therefore, we suggest this kind of patient should avoid eating oranges.
When U.S. TMA Dr. Peter Chen first came to Taiwan from Indonesia for medical school, he faced financial problems, but a church scholarship helped him to complete his degree. This time he is back to donate $5,000 as scholarship for impoverished students. His passionate heart to give back to the society comes from a favor that he has longed to repay for half a century.
Why do I want to give back? Because I hope I don't owe anyone anything. What I've owed to this German doctor is a debt that I could never pay back.
The debt that U.S. TMA Dr. Peter Chen is talking about is a debt deep in his heart. Back when his mother was sick, a German doctor saved her life and encouraged him to study medicine. Now, after half a century, this favor has become an everlasting regret in his heart because he can never say thank you to the German doctor in person.
Because I wasn't 21 years old yet, so I couldn't write Indonesia as my nationality. There's a condition to go abroad stateless. That is, you cannot return once you leave the country. I even announced disowning my father officially at the Immigration Bureau with my parents.
你看我们这个新的学校多漂亮。
Returning to his old school, everything is different. He came to Taiwan to study medicine in National Defense Medical Center when he was 18. In order to complete his degree, he helped the professors to do lab researches to earn a salary.
As a student with government subsidies, I was required to serve for 4 years, but I can't take care of my mother back home that way, so I studied with my own money. The tuition was about $250 a year. I spent almost all of my money after the second semester without knowing if I could continue to afford my study or not.
When he was standing at the crossroad in life, a church sponsored him $100 every semester to help him make through these financial difficulties and complete his degree.
像比方我看了什么药。
Now, whether he's going to disaster areas to host free clinic or passionately training young doctors, Peter Chen has never stopped a second to give back to the society any way he could. This year, he returned to the church that supported him back then to set up a scholarship for impoverished students to honor the German doctor's favor and turn his appreciation to a greater love that can continue to pass down.
我得到那么多贵人，那么相助，那我当我可以做的时候，我就想回馈。
A volunteer, Jiang Yuanling, at the California Tzu Chi Service Center is not only involved with all kinds of Tzu Chi activities, but also very filial to her 90-something parents. She takes care of them every day and only returns home after making sure both of her parents are asleep. Every week, she brings her parents to join the senior class and Tzu Chi activities. In her father's heart, she is the best daughter in the world. Jiang Yuanling's father and mother hold each other's hand tightly. They have two very loving daughters, and one of them holds their hand closely every day.
I take them to the courtyard for some sunlight every day. I think my parents' life is very colorful comparing to many other elders because they come to do recycling as well as senior class.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Every week, they show up at Tzu Chi Moravia Recycling Station at El Monte Service Center on time.
Every Wednesday, we do newspaper recycling, and Thursday, we are here to attend the class. We're very happy here because everyone feels like a family.
Father John once owns a restaurant, hence he likes to interact with people. Although he's wearing a hearing aid, but he is very involved with activities of the senior class, such as attending health forums, making accessories, and joining the humanitarian culture class with his daughter. Meanwhile, he never takes his eyes off his wife.
My daughter is the #1 daughter, and I love my 2 daughters very much, as well as my wife. I'm very satisfied with my daughter, and I'm a lucky person.
Mother John is showing signs of memory loss and is experiencing mood swings sometimes. Zhang Yuanling found ways to deal with the situation with encouragements from her Tzu Chi family.
When my mother starts to yell at me, I will start to recite Buddhist scriptures, and my heart will calm down. I feel it's good because I don't know what I should do for the entire day if I am not taking care of them. What else can I do if not doing Tzu Chi works? So I feel I'm more comfortable with myself now.
We should all cherish the opportunity to be filial to our parents, as well as seizing the chance to do good deeds so we can always be surrounded by happiness and good karma. In Taiwan, a 93-year-old volunteer Wang Zhensheng has been engaged in recycling for 29 years. He has started doing recycling since 20 years ago when he works in a hospital and has continued at home even after his retirement. How do one keep his perseverance with recycling mission? Let's see.
The master said that we should recycle plastic bags. After bringing them there, you should come back to take them again. As a senior, I should never complain that I have no strength. Even though I'm already 93 years old, I can still carry it. When I go out, if I see Yakult bottles or straws, I always pick them up and bring them back. I don't leave them on the ground because they will not decompose. Most of the things that block gutters are straws and bottles.
Doing recycling helps prevent the earth from getting polluted, so everyone should protect the environment.
The master said that we should save Mother Earth. All of us will continue to do it in the future. Since I am already 93 years old, you should take over the duty in the future. She may stay in the living room or bedroom. I take responsibility to prepare meals at noontime or in the evening. Have her lie down slowly. I take care of her like this. I have to ensure that some parts of her body are covered with the quilt.
He said when he grows up, he wants to be a police officer. I thought he suffers from malnutrition and he's already a 5th grader, so I buy milk powder regularly to supplement his diet. Grandpa, thank you for your donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm very grateful. Please tell the master that she should wish me good health. This way I will be able to do recycling for a few more years. Thank you very much.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Malacca, Malaysia use recyclable materials to make models, which represent scenes impacted by natural disasters, raising the residents' environmental awareness. Let's see.
Seeing these small cars, houses, and helicopters makes people feel as if they are looking at a fairy tale.
全部环保的东西的，要丢的。这边这个是用纸皮，这个用三角板。
The Blue Ocean and Great Mountains, along with many natural disaster models, have been made of recyclable materials.
When disasters come, we must be impacted by them. When tsunamis or floods take place, the beautiful forests and mountains will be destroyed.
It will be damaged later. Now I must finish it first, and then we can destroy it.
这个就是第一个，我就是画这个地的了，地的造型呢，我这个桥了，那我的屋子啊。
Besides interior designer Tzu Chi This, other volunteers do not have design experiences.
It needs a lot of people's efforts because the work is complicated and it's not easy to complete. After a few weeks of work, only a tree was completed.
Before, all of us worked together to make a volcano. Now it tests our vision sense we have to draw, so we found some young people to draw together.
Catching people's attention through visual and audio effects, these works will be displayed at a local Tzu Chi Recycling Education Center in Malacca, raising the residents' environmental awareness.
To promoting reading cultures, a new Jingzi reading room has opened in the new Taipei City School, allowing students to enjoy reading. While in Kaohsiung, 150 sets of Jingzi aphorisms have been delivered to an elementary school in Meinong. Let's join them there.
Tzu Chi volunteers have brought 150 sets of Jingzi aphorisms to be given to Jidong Elementary School students.
山不平，路不平，人心不能不平。
Upon receiving the new books, the students immediately picked their favorite phrases. Even younger students are able to understand Jingzi aphorisms.
The best personality is being able to be independent and grateful. I like it because if you are polite, other people will be nice to you.
Some people say that the compulsory education lacks moral education. I think by studying Jingzi aphorisms, we can shape the students' moral character.
In Yonghe Elementary School in New Taipei City, the reading room is very popular among the children.
觉得很开心，因为以前都没有闹哄哄的，很吵。
喜欢吗？
喜欢。
为什么喜欢？
因为有很多书。
The school has changed the corridor into a Jingzi reading room for the students. With the joint effort of Tzu Chi volunteers and teachers, the reading room officially opens.
他们都很喜欢看书。
They enjoy reading. After reading these books, they will receive the messages that inspire them to do good deeds. Then he will do good deeds since he is young. I think this is really worthwhile.
Our goal is to give these children more opportunities to read books so they can broaden their perspectives.
More than 800 books and DVDs are provided in the small reading space. The children can enjoy reading since a young age. Yonghe Elementary School is the 21st school in Taiwan to construct a Jingzi reading room for its students.
Tzu Chi volunteers demonstrate making vegetarian cuisines and performing short dramas to promote recycling on the 100th year anniversary of middle school in Malaysia. We'll leave you with these images and thank you for joining us.